Hey guys, welcome back to another episode, video, whatever the hell we're still doing here at BDS. That's Brain Dead Studios for those who forgot. It's your host, Ethan, and I'm joined here with James.
How's it
James?
going?
And welcome back, everybody. If you don't remember James, if you're an old-time fan here, you will remember that James is my co-host here at BDS. He's just been doing a lot of other things at the moment, but we were also doing videos when we were doing the Rocky videos, right,
Yeah,
James?
we did. We did the Rocky 6 films and a bit of Creed as well.
We did Creed 1, and did we do 2?
We did do 2. We didn't do 3.
I
We
don't know if
stopped
we
after
did
that.
2. I'm going to be honest. I'm blanking on that one. We didn't do 3. I know we didn't do 3, though. We should do that, though.
Hey.
Let us know in the comments if that's something you guys are you clamoring for us to finish the trilogy. Let us know. So, as promised, Summer Games Fest, we watched it, and we suffered through it for you guys. This is going to be a doozy. This is not, this will not have edit. I will not be editing this one. I will literally just be putting up, a still frame of Summer Game Fest. So consider this a podcast. We don't know how long this is going to go. We want it to be quick, but what do you think, James? Do you think we should just kind of rattle it off?
We should rattle it off because it's not going to be a positive one. If I'm going to be honest, it's not going to be
Yeah,
positive. It was a
I
drag.
don't know. But it's also it was a bit of a drag, but also it's the same thing. Is that as much as we don't care about this stuff, this is a good test to kind of basically go, oh yeah, but there's still some fucking people out there that
That like
like
this stuff.
some of this
So
stuff. There are some. I don't know how. We got a nice list here for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and start off, and you're gonna get the opinions of both myself and James here. But first game up that was announced at Summer Games Fest with Jeff Keighley and his goofy goblin-looking fucking ass came out on stage. About 61 different trailers and showcases here for the Summer Game Fest. And our first one, no shit, here it is. Matthew would have been happy. Here it is, Mortal Shell 2, a sequel to Mortal Shell. It is set to release on 2026. Of course, it will probably release for everything, as did Mortal Shell 1. It is a violent, Souls-like dark fantasy game. Actually considered an action genre. Bullshit. Thoughts on this game, James?
I mean, I thought it was something else. I thought it was good, but then I sort of got disheartened whenever I found out it was a Souls game.
What
because I was all
disheartened you?
for it.
Well, you're all for it, and then all of a sudden you see that it's a Dark Souls kind of Souls-like, and then you kind of get discouraged.
Yeah.
That happened a lot during this showcase,
Yes, it
didn't
did.
Lots of Souls likes in this one. I've actually done the math. There's almost 45% of this showcase is near damn Souls likes. Personally, I don't like Souls likes. I'm not a fan of Souls like. I find them enraging. I find them irritating, and I do not find them interesting in one bit. My brain just mulls over and goes, oh yeah, not playing that. I am the silent minority on this one, though, because of how popular Souls likes have become. But the problem is that they are just flooding the marketplace, and I'm not going to get into preaching here about how Souls likes are just becoming a dime a dozen. It's the same thing with the first person wave of FPS shooters back in the early 2000s, right, James?
Yeah, it's we'll cover that some other time, but right now we're just gonna go over all the games that came out.
Gonna rattle through these, huh? So the next one here is not a game announcement, but a collaboration event that's happening. Fortnite is having a Star Wars Galactic Battle in the Battle Royale, where you'll be fighting for the Death Star. Yay! More things. Fortnite's on everything, and this event is actually happening and is live today. At the time of this recording, it is June the 7th, 2025, a day after the Summer Games Fest. What are your thoughts on Fortnite? Do you care? You playing Fortnite?
No, it's like most battle royals, man. It's oversaturated. It's cringy, cringe.
Fortnite, no, but Fortnite's the king. Fortnite's the king, didn't you know?
Oh, it is the king.
Of all things battle royale. I can't wait for this game to die. Like, I genuinely like it will eventually die out. Hopefully, I don't think it'll die
Nah,
out anytime soon. I think it's got a bit of a longevity, longer than I'd like to admit. But
yeah.
I think it's gonna be funny when it does go because everyone's gonna be like, "Well, fuck! I dropped a lot of money on this game for essentially nothing, and I got nothing to show for it." Kind
All
of
those
puts things into
V-Bucks, man.
perspective for a lot of our youth. Jesus Christ. I'm not looking forward to that.
No.
I don't play Fortnite, so I don't give a shit. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach got a very obscure, completely lucrative trailer that showed absolutely nothing and divulged absolutely nothing and can only confuse people further. I like Hideo Kojima. I enjoy all the Metal Gear games, but Death Stranding is just not for me. I've tried it, and I got as far as the first three deliveries, and when I realized it wasn't getting any better, and that literally this is the game, like people talk to you while you just go on a hike while delivering packages like a glorified Amazon delivery driver. I
In
was
the
like,
mountain.
wow, this is really lame. So, no doubt that the story and the lore of it's got its fans. So, kudos to those that care. But even then, I mean, I even was talking with some people after the show about, people that are fans of Death Stranding and the DS, as they're calling it now. Um,
I get
and
that.
even they didn't understand what the hell was shown at the showcase. I think to waste when your game's almost 2 weeks away and you're wasting a whole spot to basically dedicate a cutscene that seems so like out of place and doesn't really reveal anything and doesn't really confirm or reaffirm people, hey, maybe you should play this game because it's kind of hype or something like that. If you're left with more questions and confusion, I can't see how the marketing for this ever gets anywhere with Death Stranding. I don't get it. It eludes me, but hey, here it is. I think it's just the fact that it's Hideki Kamiya, or sorry, not Hideki. My goodness, Hideo Kojima
Hideo Kojima.
producing the game, and with Kojima Productions, and because he's just so lucrative within the gaming industry, it's just like everything he does is considered, God's gift to man. And really, it's like somebody needs to tell him some of these games are fucking dumb, especially the Death Stranding. What are your thoughts though on Death Stranding, James?
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
it was a bizarro trailer, dude. Like, I didn't really understand what was
It wasn't
going
even
on there.
it didn't even show anything.
It was like a
just,
fucking
it was
therapy
just
session.
people talking in a fucking room. It was a therapy session where I wasn't really understanding the vocab. Like I'm like,
And then
what
it
the
turned
fuck
into
is
an
that?
argument, and it was like, in the end, it was like, you could tell the audience hadn't a clue because it was just silence throughout the whole place. They hadn't a clue what was going on.
Yeah. It's funny that you should bring up the silence of it all because thinking back on this whole showcase, there's a few woos and whoos and hoots and hollers here and there.
But it was dead
like for
silent
a
throughout the whole
vast
thing.
majority of what we're for what we're about to cover for most of this is just dead silence for a lot of these games, except for the
except for
obvious
Jeff Keighley
ones
talking.
that we're about to talk to. So Jeff Keighley would just keep mouthing off. Anyways, let's move on to the next game here. The next game that was announced was Chronicles Medieval. It is developed by Raw Power Games. It is set to be an action indie RPG. It is an early access action strategy game of sorts. It will be coming out in 2026, but the big news is that Tom Hardy will be set to be in the game. Unsure if he'll be a narrator or if he'll be one of the main characters that you can control, or at least control his faction or something like that. No news on what consoles or what systems or PC or whatever it is going to be coming out for. Don't really know enough about Chronicles series. I know that they've done something in the past with like World War 1 and 2.
Yeah.
This one is the medieval version of this. Not my cup of tea, not a genre that I tend to play, but you tend to be more in tune with medieval stuff. Is this something you're going to be playing, or do you not really play RPG strategy
I don't really
games?
play RPG strategy games as much. I used to play a bit of like the Total War series, by Creative Assembly and stuff like that. Whenever I was PC gaming, but
Oh
I
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
fell
yeah,
off
yeah.
that because PC gaming and
I find that they don't really put these games onto I find they don't put these games on consoles, which is like, I'm not really into them, but like if you really want to try and garner more people to play your games, I think it would be, suffice to start putting these games on consoles if you want to, get more, people into a new genre of sorts. But that's just
If
me.
they did that with Creative Assembly, like with their Total War series, I would definitely go for it if they had them on console.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
just
But just because of the lack of
yeah,
support towards consoles, you're just kind of
yeah.
like, you're kind of not really interested in the genre, I guess. Well, that's game's coming. Do you think Tom Hardy will, help push sales on
Hopefully, I
this?
mean, a lot of people like Tom Hardy, and he's a great actor, and he's good. You
Yeah.
know, he seems keen. So like, I'd say I would
I
push
mean,
sales for a bit.
I was about to say I think it's gonna push sales. There's gonna be some people that go, "Hey, I'm gonna buy this because he's attached to it." I think I'm not one of those people that would ever do that. If it's neat, cool, whatever. But if I'm gonna play Mortal Kombat, I'm gonna play Mortal Kombat. I'm not playing because they put Ronda Rousey in the game or something like
Yeah, I
that. You know
know.
what I mean? Yeah. So I guess that's where I fall in this camp. Let's move on to the next game, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, the sequel to the Sonic Racing game from the Wii U, 360, and PlayStation 3 gen area of game. It's a racing family kart racer. It's going to be your typical Sega characters, including newcomers such as characters from Like a Dragon series, and a few other things here. This anime weeaboo dancing fucking fake AI
One
dancer
girl, whatever.
Hatsumiku or something like that.
E,
Um, what
girl,
the fuck
whatever.
ever. Some e-girl nonsense. Few other characters here and there from Sega's lineup, but they're also going to be doing a crossover thing. Now, we did not cover this in a radio news, where the hell I'm still calling that show. But it was pretty much, if you were a part of the Discord, again, feel free to join our Discord. I'll go ahead and leave a link here for this video, but I pretty much, I couldn't cover it in the video. I didn't want to get flagged, but it was pretty much a given that there was going to be Minecraft characters and a Minecraft-inspired carts and Minecraft-inspired world in the Sonic Racing alongside Nickelodeon characters as well. Now, you didn't hear this here, but they didn't technically in the announcement announce Nickelodeon characters will be crossing over into Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. But what are your thoughts, James? I also heard that there was some
Some shade
shots
thrown at
fired.
Nintendo.
Yeah, did you see that shades fired at Nintendo for the Mario Kart World? And we'll have online, right away,
It's
day
good to
one.
see. Good to see some friendly shots fired by Sega.
Yeah, I like I missed
war.
the. I think I said this yesterday. I missed the war between Sega and Nintendo,
Yeah,
where
back in
they
the
were taking
90s.
hits at each other. Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Still iconic. I was excited for this. I was excited for.
I
kart
tried
racing.
this on my Wii U, believe it or not, and it was actually kind of good.
Yeah.
I might have to dig it up and put it on the Wii U again. For those that don't know, yes, I have a Wii U, and I have like practically the entire North American collection. But it was one of those things where I kind of just tried it on a whim and was like, "Oh, it's actually pretty good." Let's move on to another game. We got anime nonsense here. Code Vein 2, another fucking hack and slash Souls game. This one with anime. Mocha, yeah, what? Anime fucking stupid shit. Sorry for your earbuds, people. Sorry for your ear canals. Yeah,
Yeah.
some weeboo trash where you run around and you do Souls shit. It's an action RPG, Souls-like game. It's from Bandai Namco. I guess enough of you fucking gooner weirdos that jerk yourself to these wide-eyed, as my dad always called it, that round-eye nonsense. Yeah, it's getting a sequel, so congrats. Have fun. Enjoy. Don't really know what else to say. Moving on. Do you want to talk about this, James?
No, just wash your body pillows and yeah. So this
Yeah, wash. Moving on to the next game. End of Abyss is being published by Epic Games, made by Section 9 Interactive. It's a top-down action adventure, like horror game of some sort. It looks interesting. It does not have a release date. Does not have a a set game announced. Oh, by the way, sorry to go back to these ones. Should have been talking about this one, but Chronicles Medieval is set to come out in 2026. It has a PC but does not sell consoles. For Sonic Racing, it has a release date for PC, Xbox Series XS, and the PlayStation 5. No word on a Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2 port, but it is set to come out on the 25th of September 2025, same day as Silent Hill F. So I'll be playing that instead of fucking Sonic Racing. So get banned. Code Vein, Body Weeaboo 2, whatever the fuck. No release date, no consoles announced.
it's just
And then same goes for End of Abyss. From now on, I'll make sure to not run it back and have that information for those who give a shit. End of Abyss looks interesting. I like the fact that they kind of has this like it, the Thing kind of vibe. You know. Do you remember this game at all or no?
What game was that?
It's called The End of Abyss. Yeah, it's not. It was at the very beginning of the show. It's like a kind of got a bluish haze to it, and it's like a top.
Oh yes, I remember End of Abyss. It looked neat.
It
looked neat.
Yeah. It looked neat. It looked kind of neat, but like I don't know what it's gonna be on or what. No release date for it. Hey, speaking of release dates, we're a little closer to a game that looks fucking awesome. I've been wanting to play this for forever. It's been in development for almost 10 fucking years now, but it's officially coming this year. No official release date, but it will be coming out for the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series XS, the Nintendo Switch. No news on a Nintendo Switch 2 version, though. And, of course, the PC. I'm talking, of course, about Mouse PI for Hire.
Yes.
It is the Doom-like shooter game that has a old retro 20s 30s style cartoon, black and white Mickey Mouse
Betty
kind
Boop
of
style.
feel to it. Betty Boop style, it looks great, like the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons meets the old Mickey Mouse cartoons. It looks fantastic. I'm very excited. Art alone is just getting me to want to play this game.
I love it.
Who else could do another voice for a character than none other than Troy Baker? Troy Baker will be playing the titular character of the detective. Does not have an official name yet, so we'll see what happens there. James, are you going to be playing this game? You seem hyped about it too.
Absolutely. I love the style. Love the artwork, the old Steamboat Willie style Betty Boop stuff, based in the classic 1920s, 30s. And
it looks great. I like the creativity
guns, and it's a
of
Doom style too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like they had the rage thing from Doom, but instead it's like you get a can of
spinach. Yeah,
spinach,
like Popeye.
sort of like Popeye, and you put it in, and all of a sudden your arms get big. I think
great.
it looks wonderful. So shout out to the developer Fumi Games. That's Fumi Fumi Games. They're being published by Playside. It is considered an action indie game with tags of an action cartoony FPS. That will release sometime in 2025. No official release date, but as I stated before, it's pretty much coming out to everything except for the Nintendo Switch 2. But alas, I think it will probably come to the Nintendo Switch 2. No doubt about it. Speaking about doubts, it's a little strange that Game of Thrones is finally getting some more love in the game sphere, but they decided to go with a tower defense game. That is correct, a tower defense game by the same publisher of the game above. They're the publisher and the developer on this one with Playside. They're making a strategy tower defense game, which is set to release in 2026. It is called Game of Thrones War for Westeros. I guess it will also support alternative past and potential histories and what-if scenarios within the mythos of all things Game of Thrones. That was a perfect little write-up. All I had for the information, James, I'll let you know. All I had was the name of the developer, the release tag, what kind of game it is, and the name of the game. I went fucking all out. I feel pretty good about that, given that I fucking don't give a shit about Game of Thrones. What are your thoughts?
I mean, there have been plenty of games that Game of Thrones have been involved in, and some were...
Do you remember that Game of Thrones style game? Oh my god. There's some sort of mobile game now, too, that's out, and it's just like...
Some hit and some miss, and this, being realistically, this fits, like, in the Game of Thrones things to a T.
You think a tower defense really works? Okay, interesting take. I want to hear more about it. Go for it. You know more about Game of Thrones than I ever will. I don't watch or partake.
Like if you're gonna do a game like about Game of Thrones. Ideally, of course, you would want a third person, first person, whatever, first off. But the next best thing
Uh-huh.
is a real time strategy like this. It's the next thing that would probably work.
Well, no, it's a
Well,
tower defense, James. The strategy RTS tower defense
it'll
game.
still work. I mean, it still works. I mean,
Okay.
so
So, do you think that even though that it will work, do you think it's going to get the numbers that they want, especially the amount of money it costs to secure all the rights from Warner Brothers with a property as big as Game of Thrones, or was big at least? I feel like they kind of these developers are really missing the mark. I mean, Game of Thrones was
10
popular,
years ago,
maybe a couple like
five,
5,
at
7 years
least.
ago. At this point, it's just like, okay, well, what the fuck? Who cares at this point? Also, if you want to drum up success for games and you want like an IP to do well, I think the safety of going for typical first person, third person, or action hack and slash would have made more sense to try and get people interested in an IP again. And I don't know who the hell who's smoking what when it comes to this, but it isn't the only subgenre that I feel is just like, okay, it's like a waste of an IP sometimes. For me personally, that's
Yeah,
how I feel about it. I don't really care about Game of Thrones, but
I
like I
think they
don't know.
missed the boat with this one.
Yeah,
I don't think.
they really keep throwing everything at the wall with Game of Thrones, trying to get it to work in like gaming, and it's like it doesn't seem like it would be all that hard to get it to work, but they keep choosing subgenres that just or like
They
mobile
keep choosing the
markets
wrong
that just don't
genres.
make any fucking sense. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to a lot of games here from Mudfish. They will be showing up periodically throughout this. We're gonna go ahead and knock out their 2 games here. Mudfish, developer and publisher, is making 2 games. One of which is an action adventure RPG. The other one is a action adventure massive multiplayer MMO online game. The first game, of course, is a continuation of the RPG that landed a couple years back with Atomic Heart 2. Now, to my knowledge, people were interested in the idea of Atomic Heart, but it just kind of fell flat, kind of died out in about a week, and also the negativity surrounding the main character, they found him very cringy. Did not play it, wasn't really interested in it, and I don't know if Atomic Heart 2 really did it for me, but what are your thoughts on Atomic Heart 2? Do you
I don't really.
plan on playing it?
Probably not. Probably more like it now.
You
No.
don't know? I mean, it's great to see action adventure RPGs and RPGs that are more not always having to be JRPGs, but I don't know. I've always been a Fallout boy, and that's
Or
it. I play Fallout, and that's it. I don't really play too many RPGs anymore. Your thoughts? Do you
I
play
do.
RPGs?
I've always been an Elder Scrolls and slowly like Fallout.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
RPGs, they take up a lot of time. You have to put in a lot of hours, and like not everybody has that that time to you know dedicate themselves to that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
especially with like things getting the way they are in the world, it's just one of those things where, I'm sorry, but like I don't have time for RPGs anymore. It's like the subgenre that like I try to avoid now because it's just like I got shit to do, and I'm trying to do a lot, and RPGs are just not up my play. Well, if in case they wanted to build out the world a little bit more, they're also going to be doing the Cube, which is a flying Rubik's Cube up in the air that shifts on the dime. It is set within the world of Atomic Heart. It is being developed and published by the exact same people, Mudfish. They are making Mundfish, sorry. They're making Atomic Heart 2, which does not have a release date. It's in active development alongside the Cube. Now, one of 3 things is going to happen. Either they're both going to come out and be successful. Yay! Woo! Fuck yeah, boy! You see, I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think what's going to end up happening with Mudfish is they've bitten off more than they can chew. And either both games are going to release to mediocre, or one game's going to be good, while the other one fails dramatically. And then the other option is simply this. One of these doesn't make it to market. And let's be honest, the Cube will be the first thing to go. Because you want a sequel to build out your franchise, not a fucking spin-off. Yeah. Okay? I think they should focus on, if they want to get this right, focus more on Atomic Heart 2 and then put out the Cube as like a
Or a
freebie
DLC
thing,
or
and
something. Yeah.
maybe get yourself a comic line. Work with like a comics line to try and get people interested in this IP. Because no offense, I don't know too many people clamoring over Atomic Heart,
I
and
don't see too many people
rushing the
playing it
market with
either.
2 different games. Yeah, too many different two games at the same time. I mean, it's a lot. So hopefully it's option one. We want people to succeed, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't see it happening. Especially with all the problems that Atomic Heart 1 came with. Like, it didn't launch with as a buggy mess or
Yeah,
something.
it was buggy as hell. It did not start well.
Anyways, best of luck to Mudfish. They won't be the last we see of them here in this showcase. Hey, what's speaking of Mudfish though, let's put the M into the Marvel, as Marvel Cosmic Invasion is here. It's the action beat 'em up people behind the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games that they've been making as of late. They do a wonderful job here. This game has been announced ahead of time, ages ago. You can play as characters like Spider-Man, Captain America, Venom, and a handful of other characters. Well, this announcement was to show off that they are in fact releasing in 2025. No official release date, but it will release on everything, including the Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series XS and X and S, the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, and PC. It is a beat-em-up arcade superhero fighter, and the trailer was showing off that the last 2 characters of the 7 characters you can play as will be Rocket Raccoon and She-Hulk. Interesting choice to have She-Hulk as a character, but you know what? I would like more neater characters than doing the same old, same old. So congratulations to Tribute Games. They aren't the last we've seen of these guys, the developer Tribute Games and their publisher Dotemu. Are you going to be playing Marvel's Cosmic Invasion, or are you as a beat 'em up, or are you? What are your thoughts, James?
I'll probably.
Did you play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Maybe if it's on sale. I might try it out because it does look fun.
Well,
I do love my.
I will say this, James, before you get going. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game did launch on the Xbox as a Xbox Game Pass game. So it's still there technically. So there's a chance for Tribute Games to put this on Game Pass.
Absolutely, yeah. I see that happening too. Yeah, very much so.
I would be more excited for this if it weren't for the fact that I know of something else that they're making. So
yes,
let's get on.
yes.
I guess these aren't all too bad. It's just the fact that we had a string. We're gonna get into some great games here, and then we're gonna have a string of just
shit. Yeah, string of shit.
So Onimusha Way of the Sword is coming. It's being developed by Capcom and Capcom Co. Ltd. It's the in-house at Capcom here. They're using the RE engine, of course. It's an action RPG, action adventure game, but its subgenre is the same as those of Souls games, and that's my biggest issue is, are they going to be turning Onimusha into a Souls-like to drum up the hype and chase the trend while using one of their older IPs that they brought back from the dead. I won't know until I get my hands on it. I will be playtesting this game in the end of August, believe it or not. I'll be getting my hands on a little
experience.
Demo of some sorts. So, I don't hate Onimusha. But I never really vibed too much with Onimusha growing up. I was always a Resident Evil, Dino Crisis, and Devil May Cry kid. So, Onimusha was just not for me, but it definitely looks neat. I think it'll do well though. Capcom's just on a hot streak.
It'll do well.
Excuse me. It'll do well, yeah. I think Capcom's on a winning streak. Congratulations to Capcom though. Any developer, out of every developer though, really love Capcom. I'm so excited and happy for them that they've managed to turn things around from the late 2000s. And 2010, 11, 12, where they were in in the shitter.
Yeah, they came back strong.
They came back, man. This is their fucking victory lap right now. I'm just so happy for them. Hey, let's go on to the next game though. This game was interesting. We both fucking sat up in our fucking seats here for Velt That Boxing. Velt That Boxing is being made by a brand new studio, Sandstring Studio, and I have no doubt that they will find a publisher soon. They do not have a publisher. That is to be announced. They're workshopping the game, but with all eyes on it like that, and the fact that they made a comedy boxing 3D fighter with puppets, Muppets of all things, it looks hilarious. And it does not have a release date and no news on what it will be coming out for. Same with Onimusha, no release date outside of 2026. Sorry about that. Immediate thoughts was, okay, looks goofy, but then me and James saw gameplay, and what did it look like, James?
Like old school Punch-Out in a modern setting, boys.
It reminded me of the Wii version of Punch-Out, you know, when you do the slip right, and it just, it looked perfect.
Class.
We have not gotten, and it's weird because we literally have not gotten a game like that since Punch-Out on the Wii U, or on the Wii, sorry.
The Wii, yeah.
The Wii, yeah. You sure you could probably play it in the Nintendo Switch, the bundle with the Mike Tyson's Punch Out and regular Punch Out on Super Nintendo, the classic NES library. But what the fuck ever, that's old games. We're talking about new stuff. It's funny that it's been a forever, and now it's gonna take Muppets, literal Muppets,
Jim Henson style Muppets,
bring back. Yeah. I love the name too, Felt.
That's very clever.
That's
very
awesome.
Clever what they did there.
So I take it you're a fan. You're
I'm definitely
going to
be playing this if it comes out for the Xbox. It's hilarious. It looks hilarious. So it does.
All right, that's where the good news ends, folks. Get ready, harness up. This is this ritual that we move forward through. James, do you wish to continue? Do you wish to continue with these ones? I'm not going to ask too many questions. We need to get through some of these because I can feel the cancer. I can feel the cancer about to hit my asshole with these ones. All right, guys, strap your fucking selves in. These games are dog shit. If you like it, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to hate on you, but fuck you and fuck these games. These games are fucking terrible. Half these games are Souls-like. We'll talk about what's cool, or I'll be reasonable. I got a lot of information. We're going to get through it. Here we go. Developer Square Enix and Tactic Studios and publisher Square Enix are putting out a genre action casual massive multiplayer third-person shooter / hack and slash online whodunit kind of similar to that of Among Us with this game called Killer In. You play as anime weeaboo trash-looking fucking characters, and you can kill each other. You can be wolves or sheeps, and they act like people are going to actually investigate and try and figure out who actually did it, when in actuality, it's just going to be a fucking shit show. Everyone's going to run around and kill each other over and over again. They're not going to use half of what this game is potentially capable of doing.
They're just going to fuck around.
On theory, it sounds like it would work. In terms of online multiplayer, if you know people, fucking people will ruin your fucking experience. This game is going to be dead in the water, and when it does come out, it'll fucking tank, and then it'll die off immediately after that. It's called Killer In. It comes out for everything whenever it does come out, because it doesn't have a release date. Fuck off, don't care. Arc Raiders by Embark Studios, who had to become their own publisher when they bit the hand that feed them with PlayStation. Now PlayStation ditched them for this dumbass extraction shooter PvP PvE. I suspect that PlayStation dropped their ass when they asked for more money, and then they realized that their good old pals Bungie, who they wasted $25 million plus on to secure, we're making Marathon. This genre of shooters are, quite frankly, dying out. I don't give a shit. It's coming out for everything except for the Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch. It will be out for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and the PC on October 30th, 2025. James, do you care about these two games? Yes or no? All right, we're moving on. Dune Awakening, that movie that made me fucking fall asleep and then wake up several times because of the dog shit fucking music, is being developed by Funcom. It is an action adventure, massive multiplayer, open world, survival crafty, whatever the fuck multiplayer, who gives a shit game. It is actually out in a couple of days on June 10th for the PC, and then it'll eventually make its way to the consoles at a later date. No confirmed date on that. It's called Dune Awakening. I don't give a shit about the Dune license. I don't give a shit. You can all pretend that those movies are great. I don't find them great. I find them fucking irritating. I find that I jump in and I don't know what the hell's going on, and it's a bunch of jargon. It's almost like I jumped in on a whole dumb-ass craft or some sort of job that I have no idea of how to do it, and I'm just a fucking imposter. when everybody else is using jargon and talks about different things and nothing's fucking explained. Don't pretend like this is some shit y'all pretend to like. I fucking hate Dune and don't give a shit about a game about Dune. What about you, James? Do you care?
Worms. I didn't see the worms.
Fantastic! We're moving on. Next game. Chrono Odyssey is made by Chrono Studios. It'll be out who fucking knows for who fucking knows what. It is going to be a action adventure massive multiplayer MMORPG. Another one of these things. It'll have hack and slash. It'll be out. When will it be out? Don't know. Don't care. Moving on. Next game is called Withering Waves. It is being developed by the Kuro Games, published by themselves as well. It is said to be coming out for the Steam, the PC, PS5, and that is it. A few Apple stores, Google Play stores. It is a mobile game through and through. Surprised that it even made it onto the PlayStation 5. It is an action-adventure RPG, open-world anime, hack and slash Souls-like game. It is coming out on the it's already out technically right now for the Japanese market. It was out on April 28th, 2025, but it will be coming out later in the summer. Who knows? And guess what? Say it with me, everyone. Don't care. We're moving on to the next game. Mio Memories in Orbit. This one is being developed by Doozy Dixmez, a French studio, published by Focus Entertainment. It is an adventure indie Metroidvania Explorer platformer type game. It is said to release on the 2025. It's for the PC, Xbox Series XS and S, Nintendo Switch 2, no Switch 1 version for some reason, and of course the PlayStation 5. I think I already said that, but if not, I did. It looks cutesy. It's a little artsy-fartsy, giving me some Ori vibes, Ori and the Blind Forest vibes. If it makes its way to Game Pass, maybe I'll check it out. I'm not too personally, I don't care too much, but you know what? I'll give this one more of a shout out and more of acknowledgement than the rest of the other crap we just had to go through. All right, we're getting into some actual games here. That game is released in 2025. No official release date other than the year, so we'll see. The next game is called Out of Worlds. It is being developed by Kong Orange. It's being developed by 3 developers. Hold on. This is a shit show. Kong Orange, Wiredfly, Morten Sondergaard, and published by Epic Games Publishing. It is a adventure platformer co-op. Now, the deal with this one is that it is claymation. It is a co-op game. It's giving me split fiction vibes, and James, because of that, James, you're having Vietnam flashbacks. Why?
I still do.
He got through the ringer. It looks cutesy.
The animation,
I like the fact that, I think claymation is slowly starting to make its way into games. The only downside is that claymation is so expensive,
dying art,
and it's one of the hardest art styles on the planet.
Oh yeah.
I have much
respect to people to do it.
Respect. Yeah, dude. I mean,
literally
like, holy shit. Have you ever tried it?
No, never tried it.
Have you ever tried it? You have to take pictures and then remove it, like in pictures.
It's
such a pain. So, yeah, to make a whole video game out of that, then damn, dude, that's gonna be crazy. So, it's a co-op game. There's the industry in general needs more co-op games. So, congrats. When this game does eventually come out, it's said to come out. It does not actually have a release date at all, but it is coming out for the PC, Xbox Series XS, and the PS5. No Nintendo Switch 2 or Switch release on as of yet, but it'll probably make its way to the Switch too. Mafia is here. The Hangar 13 and 2K publisher are bringing back the action-adventure game. They decided they're going to go more for a linear, immersive third-person shooter on this one. They are not doing the open world. Mafia, the old country, has been talked about. We have covered it already before with news, radio news, whatever the hell I'm still calling that show. Yeah, it's out August 8th, 2025 for the Xbox Series XS, PC, and PS5. I'll be playing it. I'll let y'all know what I think about it when I do play it. Seems really odd, though. This really kind of seems like a really odd place. Like, hey, here's a trailer for my game that's coming that we already know about, you know? What are your thoughts, James?
I mean, it looks neat and all. Like, it's like the old country, the Sicilian
Mafia.
I like the setting. It's more stealth-based than action-based. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've noticed that too. I noticed that as well. we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna play it as well. Seems a bit odd though, because these are all
Yeah.
brand new games, and then here we have, announcements for stuff. Like, I get re-announcing games when they're that, but when you're this close, I mean, what's the
Yeah.
point? Hey, here's a Lego game that's being developed by Not Traveler's Tales. It's being developed by a new studio called BrainDeadStudios and published by Annapurna Interactive. Annapurna's been putting out some great stuff. The genre is considered an adventure co-op campaign Lego game. It is a co-op game similar to that of what we already talked about here with Out of Worlds and with something similar to Splitgate. You get to build little Legos with your friends and like build pathways and solve puzzles, and you're playing as these two little like one-dimensional cube things with
The red
eyeballs
and
and they
blue.
blink. It was cutesy looking. It was cutesy looking. No official release date though. It looks like it's hard into production, so what we saw was fake gameplay. So it's going to be literally put on everything. I assume it'll be put on everything. I do not have that information for you guys, though. We're moving on to the next game. They got Sandy Cheeks herself to come out, not cheeked up like Sandy Cheeks, and announce a Nickelodeon is making a Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. It is a top-down game. It is being made by Game Mill, though, so be fair warned. Is being made by Game Mill Entertainment. It's the people that basically pump out a bunch of fucking weirdo games, and hopefully it works. It's coming for the Xbox Series XS, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Steam, and the Epic Storefront. A lot of these games, by the way, sorry for not covering this as well, but when I say Steam, I'm pretty much mean that it's probably PC, and it will more than likely 50-50 chance it'll be on Epic Storefront. Really, if I'm being completely honest with you, if you have a PC, I don't fucking care what you play it on, and I don't give a flying fuck if it's on Steam or Epic's Game Store. It's the same fucking thing. I don't give a shit. Oh, I gotta open up a different browser. Boo fucking who? Oh my fucking god! That's why I call it PC. I don't call it. I don't fucking care what you guys do. You guys are morons. Anyways, release date is to be announced. A top-down hack and slash dungeon crawler with Nickelodeon characters. We saw that there were, Timmy was narrating, and SpongeBob was like a playable character.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, Tim?
I mean,
do you care? I mean, it's Game Mill.
I mean, it looked neat and all. Like, I kind of was a wee bit hyped for it, but yeah.
I think my
not...
once I heard it was made by Game Mill, I'm like, I don't care. They've made so much
I don't
trash.
really know enough about
So
Game Mill
much
to
trashy
garner
games.
any...
Like, they made the Walking Dead Destinies, that fucking travesty that came out. They made that Kong game where you, like, play as a little baby Kong
game.
or something, and it's like dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a lot of dog shit, so it's just like, oh, now they have money for a Nickelodeon? Give me a break. I don't care. And also, fuck you PC players. I know you're all pissed off. Go fuck yourselves. I'm starting to fight. I'm angry because I'm bored. Like, half of these games suck dick. Don't act like half of you gonna fucking play half this shit. You know some of this sucks shit. Even the ones that we're talking about where we're trying to get a little bit hyped for things like that boxing. It's gonna be a one and done. It'll be okay at best. I mean, I don't see it coming out for a very long time. Onimusha probably just went the way of the fucking Soul Calibur. Like, half these fucking games suck, dude. This fucking Summer Games Fest blows my fucking ass cheeks. This is the part. This is where I derail. This is where I fucking derail. This is why James is here. He's here to keep me calm. But fuck me. These games suck dick. Let's move on to another fucking Souls game with developed by I don't give a fuck. Souls-like action adventure. Here it is. It's a DLC for Liza P. It's called Liza P. Overturned, and it was stealth dropped the day of the Xbox event. All 5 people were clapping their penises. Who gives a shit? I don't care.
They were just shaking.
I'm losing it. You come to me. You come to my fucking studio. I'm fucking down. Fuck this game. Okay, moving on. Okay, we gotta really. We're gonna speed run these ones. You okay with me speed running?
Yeah, go for it. Speed on.
I'm gonna speed run up until a certain section. But I'm gonna speed run through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. I'm going to speed run through 8 fucking games. Here we fucking go. Strap in, everybody. I'm losing my mind. Fractured Blooms is made by Century Forged, published by Century Forged. It's an action RPG simulator, psychological horror, cutesy story game. It's supposed to be one of those sim games where you make your own fucking garden or some gay shit, but then I guess psychological dipshit shit happens to them. They tried to say that it's like Doki Doki Literature Club meets Silent Hill. Get fucked. You aren't Silent Hill. Jump off a cliff if you're going to start putting anime weeboo trash in my psychological horror game. I don't give a fuck. Its release date is to be announced because they don't have a fucking release date and they don't know what consoles to put it on. Get fucked. Blade and Soul Neo, another action adventure, massive multiplayer RPG, online stupid fucking anime weeboo trash game where you hack and slash people. It's got Souls-like elements. It is already out. This was just to let you know that it was out when it came out on June 4th, 2025. But then they also want to let you all know that they're making another Blade and Souls Heroes game, another action-adventure, massive multiplayer game. It is coming out. It is called Blade and Soul Heroes. It'll be out in September of 2025 for the PC only before coming out to the Xbox and PlayStation 5 at a later date. Who knows? Who cares? Because I don't. Moving on, Crystal Atlan is doing a crossover with One Punch Man. The developer Nuver Platonic Ltd, published by Skystone Games, with their action-adventure RPG, and say it with me, massive multiplayer online game with a bunch of fucking anime weeboo who gives a flying fuck. They're going to be having apparently the release date for the game was on the May 26th, 2025, so if you're playing it, good for you, go wash your body pillow. But apparently there's going to be an event that happens from June 26th to July 26th where the game crosses over with One Punch Man, where he one-punches people. Wow, I wonder if he'll do it again. Fucking idiots. The 7 Deadly Sins Origins game is being developed by Netmarble at FSC. It's a, don't let the name confusing people, it's another fucking, say it with me, massive multiplayer RPG fucking game with Souls-like elements. It is a anime weeboo run around glorified fucking hack and slash online multiplayer game, like the other fucking 4 games I just fucking talked about. Who gives a shit? I don't. There was some dumbass ad for State of Unreal, the Unreal Engine, and showing off Witcher 4, but not actually showing off Witcher 4, and then proceeded to show a bunch of other games currently using the Unreal Engine. Who, boo fucking who, that's for investors, not for me, and you don't care, and I don't care. Moving on. Jurassic World Evolution 3. If somebody had told me that Frontier developers would have come out of nowhere and gotten the rights to Jurassic World and then proceeded to make a fucking farming simulator sim-like strategy dumbass make your own zoo tycoon type game with Jurassic World, I would have said get fucked, it's gonna come out and nobody's gonna give a shit about it. Well, guess what? I've been proven wrong because there's 3 of these motherfuckers now. Here's the third one. It comes out October 21st for the 2025 and will be out for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC. Don't know how it's still doing well. I guess there's enough people still playing this shit. Mino the Hollower is a made by Yacht Club Games, published by Yacht Club Games as well. It is the company that made Shovel Knight. They're trying to recapture the 2D platformer and action adventure old arcade 18-16-bit type games. This time with a dungeon crawler similar to the likes of the Link Between Worlds Zelda games and Castlevania games mixed. It comes out October 31st, 2025 for everything, literally everything. I'm not going to run it off. You know the deal. Of course, the Switch 2 is actually part of that everything. Now we're going to get on to some actual games. Holy shit. I need a fucking breather.
That was some
almost
heavy,
a fucking hour, dude.
shit.
This is a podcast, by the way. A lot of people say, "Oh, well." Sometimes I say, "I'm not gonna actually." This is one of those videos where I genuinely do not fucking care to edit. I'm just going to put a still image, and the longest thing it's gonna take is the fact that it has to fucking upload about an hour or so. We're probably gonna hit the hour and one hour and 20-minute mark. But fuck these games, man. Some of these games suck dick. We watch this for you people. So you guys can watch me go fucking bananas.
It was like a 2-hour show of nothing.
I like somebody. Just picture Plankton doing the like with his head
that
like
shit,
bulging
that was us.
and shit.
That was us.
You know that meme? That's us. That was us. We did this for you. Hey, it would have been really
You're
cool
welcome,
if
by the way.
this game actually was a thing here. But Deadpool is getting a game, and then we all collectively sighed in unison when it was a Deadpool VR game. Looks kind of coolish, kind of, but it's only for the Oculus Studios of Oculus Quests 3 and Oculus Quest S3. It will be out sometime in late 2025. No official release date. It's a damn shame that something like Deadpool is being stuck down to a literal VR game. I don't know. We'll see what happens moving forward. I'm disappointed in VR games because they get stuck on different consoles. Or they get stuck on the Oculus Quest.
The latest
and
one.
nobody gets to fucking play these. They never get to fucking play them, and then they're like, oh my god, how come Batman Arkham Shadow didn't sell well? It's like, I can tell you why.
It wasn't supported in the older consoles.
Neil Patrick Harris will be doing the voice of Deadpool. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all. Like, if Neil Patrick Harris made it his own thing, that'd be good, right? But he just sounded like a tryhard sound-alike of Ryan Reynolds, didn't it?
He was trying hard.
Like, it sounded like it.
He was.
It was like a trying to be like a sound-alike of Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
It was weird.
I suppose
Cringe.
Ryan Reynolds
Cringe,
wasn't
really.
available.
Yeah, but like, why would he not want to do it? I don't know. I guess he's just too
I
expensive.
suppose he would be.
Yeah, and plus they already wasted enough money on a fucking Marvel license. Alright, we're gonna settle down here a bit until I have to fucking get crazy again. Here we go, people. Dying Light the Beast is coming. It is a standalone game. It is not a DLC for Dying Light 2. Instead, it's going to be its own thing. If you don't know already, it is Techland who is developing it. They publish it as well. Kudos to Techland for splitting off from Deep Silver all those years ago. But they continue to be working hard on their Dying Light brand. The action-adventure, first-person RPG parkour game. You can get to Slaughter Zombies when that officially releases. They got official release date, and it comes for everything PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC on August 21st, 2025. I might actually play this one. I did not play Dying Light 2, but I did play Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 1's DLC, The Following. I do want to see what happens to Kyle Crane, so I might actually do that because he is returning as the protagonist. James, what are your thoughts on Dying Light the Beast? Do you care? Is this something you're gonna...
It looks neat and all, but I never played the Dying Light franchise, so I probably won't be playing it. But it does look good.
Probably
It does
won't
look
be playing
good.
it?
Yeah, there's definitely a market for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously doing well, so yeah.
I like zombie stuff, so we'll see what's going on. It depends on how my August is going. It's around my birthday, so I might not be time for playing it, but we'll see. Hey, bruh. Let's change things up a bit and get a little hippy dippy, because developer Beethoven and Dinosaur, they partnered up with publisher Annapurna Interactive.
Yeah, it's totally
so they're making this tubular game, bro. It's an action adventure indie game, dude. It's gonna be musically narratively driven, bro. It's called Mixtape, and you can get stoned in the 70s and just kind of
crash out,
ride your skateboard, bro, and just just fucking be, okay?
Flower power.
It's woke, man.
Just mash out.
You got that flower power in your ass, bro. Yeah, this game comes out in 2025. What's it coming out for? I don't know. I don't think they know the release date because they don't even know what the fuck to put on the end of this thing. Great work. You guys got stoned and forgot to put, the release date. But hey, 2025, it'll be out. Who knows? I don't care. We're moving on. Hey, Toa and the Guardian of the Sacred Tree. I love me some more Bandai Namco action RPG roguelike traditional Souls-like similar to that with an off-branded say it with me online.
Right.
It's anime, it's weeaboo, it's trash. It's coming out September 18th, 2025 for the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. I don't care. Hey, a singular developer called Cassell Team, who's made up of himself and himself alone, one singular developer is making a game called Axe of Blood. It is an action beat 'em up 3D
Yes.
fighter. Looked a little
Like seafood.
janky. Looked a little janky, you know. But you know what?
I
Kudos
might
to
try
him.
it.
No official release date. He's still hard at his work, and it is expected to come out for consoles. Will not have a PC release right away. We'll see what happens. He's publishing, developing, and doing all the work all on his own. So expect this game to take a little longer, given the fact that it's one dude. But we are going to give him some kudos because
He's a
he is
one
one
man.
dude doing all of this. That's insane. So kudos to him. At this point in the show, we had lost our mind. We started assaulting our arms, chewing and
Making
gnawing
fun
at
of
anything
Jeff
we could
Keighley.
get at, howling into the microphone, making fun of Jeff Keighley, as James stated. We were starting to see things. We were bugging out. I started wandering the halls. Was there going to be a Resident Evil or not? My brain was starting to turn to mush. I was panting like a
foaming at the
dog.
mouth.
I needed a video game. I didn't like all these things. I was willing to go back to Dying Light for fuck's sakes. I knew I wanted Mafia. That's great, but I didn't care. Most of these games were 2026 or didn't even know where the fuck up was because they didn't have a release date. And long before Hold, we finally saw some light at the end of the tunnel as Tribute Games, the publisher that we talked about prior in this showcase, who is coming out with the Marvel beat 'em up game, is actually making another beat 'em up, and they're bringing back a IP that I never thought I would ever see again. And both James and I collectively shouted yes as we stopped the panting and the howling, and we decided we were finally getting a video game. James, I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Right?
I am. It's Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim is back with Scott Pilgrim EX, developed and published by Tribute Games Inc. It is the action-adventure 2D brawler beat-em-up game that we know and love. It is releasing for everything in sometime in mid-2026. No official release date outside of that. Thank fuck. I think we were all just so tired of getting beaten down.
And
Beaten down.
That game's 10 years in the making. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not. I don't think
Well,
it took them 10
but it
years
was a
to
long
make
time
it,
since
but
a
like
Scott
it's just
Pilgrim
been
game.
Scott Pilgrim. Also, Brian Lee O'Malley, creator of the comic book of Scott Pilgrim, is working alongside them, so that way the artwork maintains that beautiful, wonderful Brian O'Malley traditional Scott Pilgrim look. And we're all excited here at BDS for some actual fucking games that people can give a shit about. Sorry about all these other games. I get it. If you care about this stuff, good, cool. We try to cover as much as we can, but holy fuck, were we ever burnt out?
Yeah, we were burnt out.
Scum, the game that came out on PC, is now coming to consoles on sometime in August, is what it says. It does not have a release date outside of that. It came out in 29th of August in 2028, but it is a survival open world survival craft multiplayer game similar to that of like Rust, similar to that of like DayZ. It's made by GameSpire. They made it seem like everything's going to be chaotic 24/7, and I can promise you right now, online games like that do not. I'm not interested. I don't care, but I know people will be enamored by the trailer and assume that that's exactly what's going to happen every time they're online. James, thoughts on
I've seen
Scum?
it before on Steam, and advertised it. I don't really care. I mean, like, I suppose some of the toilet humor kind of like made me laugh a bit because I'm a fucking man-child. But other than that, no, I don't really care.
Gotcha. So we're gonna move on. Yeah, James, you want to move on to the next one, or do we know nothing more about Scum?
No, move on.
All right, we have the next game here is Mind's Eye. This game is coming out literally in a couple days. It is coming out June 10th, 2025. It is being developed by Build a Rocket Boy, and published by IO Interactive because they are using the Glacier engine, the same engine used to run Hitman 1, 2, 3 of the World of Assassination group thing, and will also be fronting up the new 007 game. This game is pretty much a GTA clone game, but only with a little bit of neo-futuristic parts of it. Something about it feels off, and I feel like it is. I feel a bit indifferent to it. If
just
I'm
doesn't
being honest,
feel.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Something feels off about it. Something's wrong here. I don't hate it. I don't really know. It just kind of came out of nowhere. You know, hopefully it goes well. I love IO Interactive, but they're the one publishing it. They're not the developers, so we'll see what happens. Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Hitman World of Assassin had a bit of a launch thing. They're doing a crossover with 007 where you can go up against the Le Chiffre from Casino Royale, played and replaying by Matt Mikkelsen. Will be an exclusive target, and you can play now for free. It is part of a event that is running in Hitman 3. It is called is going to be starting from June 6th to July 6th, 2025. The banker pack will also include a King of Cards suit and a few other chips you can use, and a brand new revolver pistol with a silencer similar to that of James Bond, and of course some neat little rope things that can be used as a strangling device of some sort. These events apparently, if you play it and you unlock these items, and you do manage to kill Le Fear, you will also get some sort of neat little bonus when First Light launches. If you do decide to get 007's First Light. IO Interactive still peddling Hitman stuff. I like Hitman, but I burnt myself out on Hitman 2 in 2018, sorry. 2018, I all the way through 2018 and well into 2019, I was kind of burning myself out on Hitman 2. I was doing everything. I was covering it a lot. I was doing live streams. I was very good at it. And then when Hitman 3 came out, and it was the exact same thing, and it pretty much unlocked all of my stuff I unlocked and my levels, and I got all my achievements, and all I had to do was pretty much just go through the new levels that were included for Hitman 3. I just kind of was like burnt out by Hitman at that point, which is sad. I don't like that. I wish I'd stuck with Hitman 3, but there's been a lot of great events, and this is another one. So if you are playing Hitman 3 still, or you're excited to try this, go try it right now. It is basically out right now.
It is.
Okay, fuck me. Well, can we speedrun more? My bumhole hurts.
What's wrong?
I just hate this. I'm bored. I hate Summer Games Fest. This Summer Games Fest sucked.
We have to go through it.
Hey guys, we gotta do this. I don't wanna. Lego Party, developed by SMG Studios. Looks like Traveler's Tales is just giving away the Lego license. They're being published by Fictions. It is going to be a party game similar to the likes of Mario Party games. It is going to be with Lego-themed characters and, of course, tracks and different mini-games. It is said to come out for everything in sometime in fall of 2025. No official release date. We have a massive cooperative multiplayer online game called Wildgate. Wildgate is being developed by Moonshot Games and published by Dreamhaven, and it literally looks like that game. What was that game called by Hello Games? The one you said it was like You're in Space.
Yeah.
They promised a bunch of shit and it failed, but then they kind of put their head down and worked hard. That game, what's it called?
Stellaris?
Oh my God,
No.
we're blanking.
No, it's not Stellaris. Eve 2 or...
Horizon? No. No, hold on. I'm gonna take a moment here, folks, to basically look this one up. Hello Games. I know the developer more
No
than I know
Man's
the
Sky.
game.
There we
No
go.
Man's Sky. My good
Must have been
fucking
that
god.
for-
Anyways, it is literally the exact fucking thing as No Man's Sky. If you're already playing No Man's Sky, I don't know why you would want to jump over to the something new where you have nothing.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It comes out July 22nd, 2025 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X, S, and S. All right, cool. Blightened is a top-down action RPG game, Metroidvania style-esque. Its art style is very
It's very
water
horror
paint.
thing.
You play as
It's
this
horrific.
weird looking, kind of goofy looking. I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. It's coming out 2026, only for the PC, so don't really care at this point. Here's a game that I wanted to like, but then it came to be. Oh wait, no. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. This game is great. It looks neat. It looks funny. You kick a baby at the end. It is being developed by Team Clout and Team Clout Inc. as your publisher. It is an action adventure. What the fuck is action adventure even mean? Everything's action fucking adventure. It's a fucking shooting horror game. Like, call it what it is. It's a shooting horror game. It's called ILL. I-L-L, capital I, capital L, capital L. Looks cool. It's great. It's coming out for the Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC as well. It looks great. No announcement, no release date. To be precise, it looked cool though. It looked kind of creepy. I love the bending of the backwards and looking freaky deaky. I love horror, so I'll actually be checking this out.
Uncanny Valley sort
no
of
release
shit.
date, no gameplay, no hype. You know, no release date. You know, this game could be anywhere between 2026 and 2027. I mean, I have no fucking idea. So hard to be excited for something that's ages away. Mecha Break is developed by Amazing Seasun Games. It's coming out July 1st, for the 2025. It is a massive multiplayer free-to-play game. Yay! You play as Max and you shooty-dooty each other. It's out for everything except the Switch 2. Great goblins of fire.
Great
Don't
horny
care.
toads. Right.
You can hear the disappointment and the
In our
desperation
voice.
in my voice. I'm dying. I even started this video thinking I got this, and now I'm drained. I'm drained with how
Like 5%
boring
battery.
these games were, and how bad like the I've got like several games to look for. I got Silent Hill F, Mafia, a game that's going to be announced later on here, and Street Fighter content. I mean, fuck. The gaming is just ugh. We're going down a bad path with these. We're flooding the marketplace with Souls-like and anime bullshit that not a lot of people are playing, and then these games they fuck off and they go under, and it's like great, wonderful. Now what? We wait around for a company to come out of the woodwork and make some shit. Infinite Simomoles. What the fuck? So I can't even pronounce this dumbass name. Made by BrainDeadStudios, published by Epic Games. I'm gonna sneeze. Fuck. Yeah, it's an action-adventure, shooter, online multiplayer, single-player game. I don't know what the fuck it is. James, take it away. This is the one where you get shrunken down. It's like grounded, but you're
you're
Bugman.
basically it's like Bug's Life and Grounded mixed together, and there's like cyber spiders, cyber bugs and shit, and all that, and yeah, it looks neat and all, but like it's. I mean, Grounded already done it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you gonna play it? Yes or no?
Not a hope.
I don't fucking care. Hey, we were being drained of our nut, and we were getting so fucking tired. We were basically.
I switched off.
We were basically dying at this point. We were switching off, and then the savior came. After being teased by several times throughout the show with Capcom sales and a Resident Evil's talking about their 30th anniversary with like a few of these little ad breaks. They're talking about the 30-year anniversary is coming up in March 26th of 2026, and we were like, "Oh, cool, that's great, wonderful." We'd like to see some new Resident Evil stuff, but Capcom did not disappoint just yet. because right afterwards they had a thing. They had a announcement to announce the new characters coming for Street Fighter 6. With the Street Fighter 6 Years 1, 2 Fighters Edition. It's now going to get Year 3. We get to see what Season 3 is all about. Who was that wrestler, James?
It
Take us
was
away.
Kenny Omega, and he's a big time gamer. He loves games and stuff, and he was cosplaying as the upcoming characters come for Year 3.
The upcoming characters, they kept showing them as characters. And you know what's really funny is we're going to be covering this in a separate video after this. Once this one's done, we're going to work on this, publish it, get it all done, and we're out the door and we're ready. But I just wanted to let you all know that we're going to be covering this one. But the characters that were announced were Alex, C. Viper, almost said Rose. Alex, C. Viper, Ingrid, and oh my goodness, Sagat.
Yes.
We're excited. We saw a little Sagat gameplay. We got hyped. We started talking about it. Then some game got announced called Last Flag. It's made by Night Street Games. It's out in 2026 for PC and PlayStation 5 only. It's a third-person PvP-based game. And the entire time while this was being announced, all we could think of was talking about Street Fighter 6. And, oh my god, do you think Sagat's first? Because we saw Sagat gameplay. We started theorizing about, who would be next. We loved the gameplay look. We loved the artwork that they showed off.
It's very well
for
presented.
what Alex looks like. We were basically just vibing about Street Fighter. And so when Last Flag got announced, we're like, who gives a shit? Don't care. Then Wu Chang Fallen Wet Feathers also got announced. It's by Lean Z Games, published by 505 Games. It is a Souls-like RPG, action RPG, female protagonist game where you play as a Chinese mythology chick. Who gives a shit? It's coming out July 23rd for the 2025 Xbox Series XS, PS5, and PC. And wouldn't you know it, we were still talking about Street Fighter because we couldn't fucking care.
Yeah.
We didn't care. Then we heightened up because we heard Wu-Tang music. It was kind of neat. Wu-Tang is apparently making a game. It's called Wu-Tang Rise.
It's like a beat 'em up.
Plays some guy. It's apparently supposed to be an action RPG online co-op game to be announced and does not have official release as to what consoles it'll be on. Neat to see Wu-Tang starting to make games, going into the game space again. I don't know, man.
We would just laugh at it, but it's good to see that's sort of making it into games again.
Guild Award 2 had an ad for Double XP. I don't care. Moving on. Into the Well is a roguelike cartoon game. It's made by Coffee Stain Publishing. Published by Coffee Stain. It's going to be developed by She Was Such a Good Horse is the name of the developer. What the fuck? Horse. Into the Wild. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't care. And then once the Street Fighter hype laid down, we had two more announcements here. Stranger Than Haven is being published by Sega, developed by Gotoku Studios. Their team is split up into two. You have your fighting division, and then you have your action RPG division. This game is their action RPG division. Would have liked to have seen more Virtual Fighter, but alas, we're not getting that. And then basically, they made it sound like the show was over. The show is done. It's good to go. And we all collectively sat back and were like, "What the fuck did we just watch?" We literally got ass raped on this one. Oh my god, we got ass raped. And then it happened. Jeff actually saved the day for a change with his smug fucking face. I fucking hate him. Capcom delivered. They faked us out all throughout the show, basically just doing ads for thing. It was a cock tease because February 27th, 2026 for the Xbox Series XS and PS5 and PC, we are getting Resident Evil 9 Requiem. You will be playing as a new character named Grace, and you will be returning to the past, including the past of what happened to her mother. I will get deep into this. I'm making another video. I'm going to talk all about Resident Evil. I know a lot. I have not been able to say a lot of things about this. That when people were talking about, oh, you can play as Leon and Jill and all these stupid fucking things, I knew damn fucking well you weren't going to do that. I don't comment on leaks for Resident Evil. I'm a big Resident Evil fan, and I don't want to be, not only do I want to be wrong, but I pride myself on giving the right information, not fake information. Fuck all the people that said all that gay retard rattlesnake shit about Resident Evil. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I'm going to give you a lore video here after this show. Thank you so much, guys, though, for sticking with us. We lost our goddamn mind. Anyways, it looks amazing. So to close out on this, Resident Evil Requiem looks amazing. We're excited for it. We're going to be playing it. We're going to talk more about what we're excited for from both Summer Games Fest, State of Play, and when Xbox does it. I will cover an Xbox video traditional, exactly like I did with State of Play. I'll put more effort into that. I prefer my Xbox. I prefer Xbox brand. Not just saying that because of State of Play. I did like what Sony had to do. State of Play was amazing, and it makes this game, because of the game show, made State of Play look even fucking better because of how fucking abysmal Summer Games Fest was. It was abso-fucking-lutely terrible. Resident Evil could have showed up anywhere, State of Play, Xbox, Summer Games Fest, and it would have stolen the show anyhow. So I guess they needed something, because if they did not have Resident Evil, I think that would have gone down as not only the worst Summer Game Fest, but one of the worst fucking any sort of broadcasting for gaming and outlets ever. The market is flooded with Souls-like. No one cares about these Japanese RPG slash weeby fucking online stupid hack and slash games. No one fucking plays this shit. And no offense, but most of these indie games, though they look promising, and I do wish them all the best, unless I see a fucking set in stone release date, you could be anything like that Mouse Detective game. We're all excited to play the Mouse PI Detective game, but it took them 10 years for that to ever come out. So why should I care about half of the fucking games there? It's why we're not covering the indie showcase that's happening today. Because you take it or leave it. You could be sent 50 games and only like barely 20% of them might actually make it to market. So I'm sorry, but this summer, I don't care what your thoughts are. If you do like some of these games, great. I hope you enjoy your games. But this showcase, James, say it with me.
Fucking terrible.
Oh shit, it was terrible. Anyways, I appreciate you so much, James, for keeping up with me for a whole hour. I know this wasn't the most entertaining way to spend a whole hour and then some. We did reach that hour and 20-minute mark. Is there anything you'd like to say to the audience? I will be
more involved in podcasts. I've got things sorted out on my end.
Now that we got it all situated.
So you will be hearing more from me in the future.
Yeah, and James, and look forward to the next video. If you stuck with us for an hour and 20, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you so much. We will cover tomorrow with the Xbox showcase that's going to happen on Sunday. I'll be making a video about that. Expect to see another video about Resident Evil 9 Requiem as I just go lore heavy and I dive deep. And also expect to see a Street Fighter video with me and James. James is our co-host here, and we're gonna gush about Street Fighter. Make a video about that, and then at the end of all of this crazy Summer Game Fest nonsense and just all these showcases, I'm gonna call it E3 because that's what it is. We're gonna do a post E3 video where I'll be joined with James and Matthew, and we're gonna give you guys our thoughts on. Pretty much, we're gonna do another podcast of sorts. We'll see how long it goes, but we're pretty much just gonna talk about the games that we're excited for. We're gonna come to the list and we're gonna discuss with you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate you. If you can do the drill, give us a like, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and enjoy the rest of your day. But this has been Torture. But I've been Ethan.
James.
And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.